any future Russian aggression would come at a high price and have serious political...
Russia-Ukraine tensions are on the rise again. A few weeks ago, Russia put about 100,000 personnel at the Russia-Ukraine border, fueling tensions. Ukraine responding by doing the same thing and warning of a possible Russian invasion. The movement of Russia's army units has raised fears of a military offensive might be on the way. The US said, based on a review of recent US satellite images, the Russian equipment, which includes tanks, armored personnel carriers, self-propelled artillery, and associated support equipment, likely began arriving in the area in late September. Russia rejected their report and said that Russia maintains a military presence on its territory where it's necessary. Ukraine and its allies accuse Russia of sending troops and arms across its border to support the separatists fighting in the country's eastern Donetsk and Luhansk regions. Moscow denies this and has repeatedly accused the US-headed NATO transatlantic military alliance of carrying out provocative activities close to its borders. Russia sees Ukraine leaning to the Western powers as a provocative action and a threat to its regional security. Putin said in a recent report that if Ukraine were to put a missile system that has the ability to reach Moscow, Russia will take defensive measures.
Мы тогда должны будем что-то подобное создать в отношении тех, кто нам так угрожает. Представляете? А мы можем это сделать уже сейчас.
The US military's stepped-up activities around Ukraine have turned into a new red line for Moscow that could increase the risk of a large-scale Russian invasion of the country. Some military analysts are cautioning as Russian troops mass on Ukraine's border. But the Pentagon brass could be missing the signal that Moscow is sending on what it's willing to fight over, as the movement of Russian forces sparks concerns in Washington and European capitals of a possible military offensive in the months ahead. But why has Ukraine become a geopolitical flashpoint? I'm your host Isev, and welcome to Defense and Geopolitics. Some experts emphasize NATO's post-Cold War enlargement, which Russia viewed with increasing alarm. In 2004, NATO added 7 members, its 5th expansion and largest one to date, including former Soviet Baltic republics Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. 4 years later, when NATO declared its intent to bring Ukraine and Georgia into the fold at some point in the future, Russia made clear a red line had been crossed. In 2021, Ukraine and its allies stepped up military activities near the Russian border, which experts say was likely the main reason for Russia's troops' deployment near the Ukrainian border. To counter Russia, Ukraine is deploying troops near the Russian border and strengthening ties with NATO countries and increasing its weapon imports from the United States and other NATO members like Turkey. Ukraine already purchased a lot of combat-effective drones from Turkey in the past few years, like the Bayraktar TB2, which proved effective in many combat situations. And as the crisis grew bigger, Ukraine is planning to buy 24 more drones from Turkey, but this time they are buying the newly made Bayraktar Kinji drones in response to Russia. Could this escalate to a whole-out invasion? Many experts warn of a possible invasion. But Russia has repeatedly said it is free to move its troops on its own territory and that such movements should not be a cause for concern. But as the crisis grows larger and things keep escalating, you can never know for sure. Both parties are now looking for war, but if anything threatens one's territory integrity, there could be some disastrous outcomes. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.